Today's episode is brought to you by Day Naps. Also brought to you by that weird experience of hearing your own voice projected back at yourself. And now, here's a song. I'm having the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. And I swear it's the truth. And now it all to you, yeah. And now, here they are, your host, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. What a doodly doodly do. Big full moon energy today. It's 420. Let's do it. How's everybody? There it is right there, right in your face. In diddly dee 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 diddly dee dee diddly dee. How you doing? Oh my goodness. Holy shit, y'all. Are you feeling the full moon the way I'm feeling the full moon this time? Kicking my ass. I decided that today I was going to take a do nothing, sit on your ass day, which I have done up until this point. And now I wonder where the day went. Yeah, have a hot bevy, get a hot bevy if you haven't got one. Or a cold bevy if you're an American and that's your thing and you just want to God bless the USA and you refuse to use a metric system. That's fine too. Hey, guess what? Tomorrow I'm going to be back here in conversation. It's true. I'm going to be here with Shauna L. Howard, and we're going to be discussing Black art stuff, like the arts advocacy work that she does. We're also going to be discussing Stitch Fix. No, that's not who it is. Damn it. See, Stitch Fix is a whole different company entirely. That's not who this is at all. This is going to be somebody else. Do you see that scarf on Shauna's? Hold on. Fuck this. This is ridiculous. Listen. Okay. You know what? No, I don't like it. Let's go back. Fuck it. And now, hear that? No, I don't even like that anymore. I want a song now, too. I want a different song, though. That song fucked it all up. We need a better song. Here we go. Sometimes in your time, we are in pain. We all have sorrow. Boom, 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 boom. And now here they are, your host, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. And tomorrow I'm going to be here with somebody, and it's going to be, I'm going to be here tomorrow with Shauna L. Howard. And do you know what? We're going to be talking about black art, black arts, and those lovely, lovely scarves that you see right around her neck there. I got one of those. They are delicious. You should get one too. Let's stock up for the fall. She also is a singer and a dancer and salsera, and there's opera and all sorts of things. Be here tomorrow. That was much better. Which, brings to mind the musical lesson. If at first you don't succeed, don't quit, because that makes you an asshole. How's everybody? Oh, thank you. Shades is, I had a whole situation when I used to have a job, because I have reached the age of this is appropriate eyewear everywhere. And that is an age that black people, brown people reach. And like white people in Hollywood get there too, but it looks weird on them. It looks a little bit pretentious. Outside of, I guess I would say Stan Lee, the Barnum of Marvel Comics, if you would. I wanted to say the creator. And I love Stan, R.I.P. Stan Lee. He sold things very well. He was the face of Marvel Comics and maybe the only white man who walked around in tinted glasses, aside from maybe James Rockford. Who's showing their age? Whoop! I think OBS just shut off. I don't think references that old are allowed to be broadcast over the internet. Mm. This was given to me 2 Thanksgivings ago by my family. I've talked to you before about what it is to have grown up as a gender fluid person in a straight world. Uh, straight is a derogatory term for heteronormative, um, and it is the lot of weird assumptions and rules around sexualities and masculinities and femininities, and whether or not cultivating the divine feminine in oneself is a good thing to do if you are somebody who's stuck in one of these kinds of bodies that presents like this. And my argument is, yup. And so when this was purchased for me, twofold. One, by my sister, who knows me very, very, very well and knows that I would love such a thing, because the idea of confusing people with something like that and making them uncomfortable about what their assumptions are about me is my favorite. Uh, you know this. I've said this many times before. It's true. Unless you and I are directly and personally having a conversation that might result in our smashing our stinky pee-pee parts together or kissing and hugging on each other once, and maybe even sniffing, then if you were to ask me my sexualities, what I would say is bi curious, because it's not your business unless we're doing stuff. And I'm also a serial monogamist. So if you combine those two things, when one is in a relationship, as am I, then the question of whose stinky pee-pee parts and what kinds and flavors are my favorites, that's moot. But if the expression of the divine femininities is uncomfortable for you because you are attached to a heteronormative sexualities and hyper toxic masculinities, good. I do hope you have a hot bevy. I see old friends here. Hi, Joy. How are you? It's good to see you. We'll put you on the broadcast. There you go. There's so much stuff to talk about. I was having a cheat and treat day, but I fucked it up a little bit because for lunch on my cheat day, I've been trying. Okay, so here's why I'm having a cheat day. He said cheat day. They said cheat day. That means that girl is like doing exercises and calorie countings and shits, and I am. And so I had a cheats day yesterday. No, today. But I forgot when I went to get my lunch situation together, and I was gonna have a burger because I was sleeping and watching bullshit and not really doing it. This is the first time I've tried to express words from my mouth whole today. In a lot of them, like a lot to have a large expression, to have a large verbal expression. And so the early verbal expression, I couldn't even, are you feeling the full moon? I couldn't even get it together this morning. I couldn't make no coffees. I woke up real late. I was up late last night because, again, of the toxic masculinities, not my own, some that my newly graduated sister was experiencing, and I got to experience some of vicariously. She is a congratulations again. She is a graduate of marriage. So she's done with that institution, and I don't think she's going to matriculate. I think we're all the way done now. Mm. Did I use matriculate correctly just now? I don't know. I don't know. My brain might be matriculating. So, point being, I was up really late. I woke up really late for me, right? Because I'm an old, and as the older you get, is that you can't sleep even when you wanna. But I did sleep like I did wanna, but I didn't. And so then it was 9:30 when I woke up, and I couldn't. No, 8:30, I guess, when I woke up, which for me feels like 9:30. And then so I couldn't coffee, so I had to risk it all. I had to risk it all. And I called the restaurant beneath me. I asked them to make me coffees. Luckily there were not the things down there that I saw later, which was a lot of people with uncovered mask holes in public having beverages near each other. It was at a table that I guess it was not 6 feet apart. I can't even say it was technically 6 feet apart, but they were all there and they were having waters, but their mask holes were uncovered, and were having waters, and then water didn't have you know how when you go to a restaurant and they just don't have time to deal with pouring you a freshie, so there's a little paper water diddly diddly doo doo on top of your water glass. They didn't have those on there, or straws or lids, and they were talking words from their mouth holes at each other less than 3 feet away, and they were coming in all directions like a magnificent seven shootout. So there was like Rona spit coming in from the right and the left, and from the up and the downs, and it was coming in every direction, and there were open glasses all over the place. And I'm a pedant, so those are glasses. These are spectacles. These are spectacles. Those are glasses. And they then they drank out of them, and then they got plates of food and did the same thing. They looked to be about 20, and I hope that was enough years. If nothing else, I do fear for them about that, though, because I took two hard lessons from The Outsiders, from S.E. Hinton's The Outsiders. One, you can't take aspirin every night to help you sleep, because you will develop a wicked aspirin allergy that will give you anaphylaxis shock and make you foam up at the mouth like a rabid pit bull, allegedly. Don't say books didn't teach you anything. And two, Ponyboy did it. I thought it would be a good idea. I thought it would help me sleep. It's not the same as melatonin. And two, uh, it ain't enough. It ain't enough, Dally. 17 years just ain't enough. It's just not enough. Pony. And these 17 and 20-year-old children were having brunch and risking it all, not to get children out of the church fire, but to have a Benedict. Seemed like a lot. The good cheat that I did do for myself, and I wanna do, because we do this sometimes. Look, I made a nummy. Look at what we're having. It's fruits and it's creams, and look, it's not a sponge cake. I'm not good at it. It's a spongy muffin that they gave me for breakfast. But guess what? I didn't eat it then, so I'm eating it now, because this is now my cheat time, and I'll tell you how good it is, and you can sit there and be jelly. Let's see. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm a happy girl. Let's do one more bite, and we'll talk a little bit more before we dismiss ourselves today. That full moon was not fucking around this time, right? What the hell? Leos are coming in strong. I say shit like that, and that's how you know I am from Boulder. Either got to be from Boulder or Santa Cruz or at least the Bay, if you talk like that on a regular basis. Mm. All right, stop it. Stop it. Put it to the side. You know what? If you have some berries and some stuff, some stone fruit that's kind of falling apart right now on you, chop it up, man. Chop it up, put it in a little dish all together. Let the juices, because it's the juices, and so you can pour them onto your little cakey. If you get a cakey, oh man! And if you can even have some, if you have some heavy cream, you can make your own whipped cream, and then you don't even need a cakey. You can have just berries and cream. So, did y'all see the thing? I know we're all supposed to be talking about it. I had a thought before I was gonna take a day off that I was gonna like load up my brain um with the with the antics of President Doofus. I was doing a lot of different things right now, doing a lot of different things that I need us to try to keep our eye on the prize around and keep a little focused on. So first, and I think the most important thing that everyone is talking about right now is that your boy went completely off the rails and thought it would be a good idea to give an hour long interview to Axios, and that he would do that uninterrupted and unscripted, and it's not cut. And what happened is that a reporter, for the first time in 4 years, acted like a reporter and fact checked him as he said things, as he made like mouth fart noises, and kept asking him to clarify his position, and gave him plenty of it. Was I don't know if you're a fan of history, but if you've not seen the Frost Nixon interviews, in which the interviewer Frost was able to, through an almost 2 hours of excruciating question and answer that was set up over months and months and months of preparation, trick Richard Nixon through just some basic philosophical inquiries into having to admit that he was in fact a thief and a bad person. This wasn't like that. This was like this was not even the Kirkland version of that. This was not even like the Target brand. This this was like if you bought it from Wish. This is like if you heard this interview because it was just watching Donald Trump get out and walk around and trip on his own testicles for an hour and flail and say the racisms and say all the inside things out loud. And many of those, it didn't seem like it was on purpose. But here's the thing. I didn't even want to talk about that really, because I don't want to do a whole dissect of like the stupid shit. If you've seen any of it, you know what it is. He doesn't acknowledge John Lewis. He's a racist. He's not very smart. He is using some kind of like Tony Robinson wish it away bullshit for the virus. It's nothing new. What was new is that a reporter did their fucking job. That was different. Haven't seen an American reporter with the spinal fortitude to actually, screw their courage to the sticking place and get up in his ass a little bit. But that happened, so that was neat. And I think that the bag of jizz and hate thought himself more prepared for this than he is, because of what happened with Mike Wallace's kid? I don't know. Anyways, I ended up having to feel like I needed to at least address it a little bit because when I woke up from my napsicles, finished my napsicle. By the way, I had mango flavor today. Yesterday I did a tangerine twist. Definitely napsicles made by Nestle. Get you one. After I finished my napsicles today, and then I was getting ready to come here and talk, and really honestly, I was just gonna eat all. You know what? I'm gonna have another bite. I'm gonna have another bite. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god, it's delicious. Did you see the show with Red Ray yesterday? Let's talk about a thing about that. Mm. I haven't watched. My mouth is empty now. I swallowed it already. Don't stop it. But I did hear that. That was gross. Sorry. Listen, if you saw the show yesterday, it was so much fun. Me and Ray had a blast. Nope, I said that wrong. I was thinking about it as though it was a picture of the two of us because I would say you were here with me and Ray, right? And I really get bothered when people talk about photos of themselves and their families and they're like, oh, it's this is my dad and I. Except you say that at the beginning of the sentence. I and my dad and I. No, me and my dad. Me and my dad are in the. Who's this a picture of? Me. This is a picture of me, not my dad and I. This is not a picture of I. And so this was. I'm sorry, I had a pet ant cracking stuck in my throat. That's delicious. Did you see the thing with Ray yesterday? It was so much fun. And then we did that song together. Here's a fun thing. He asked me before we did it, so it seems like we're dialoguing in real time. Do you think we could perform in real time? I want to try. And I said, it seems like it. Yeah, let's try that. And then we did what we did. Now, because he and I could hear each other in real time did not mean that you could hear us in real time. And a thing I discovered is that while you can hear talk in what seems like real time and is very close to real time, it's not. There is a syncing thing happening, even on the monitor, where I'm like an eighth of a second behind, something like this. Yes. And so that was what I was hearing and rapping to. Now, then when Ray was hearing it back from me, he was hearing something that was now even longer away from the original one. But it was okay. We were still close enough that we could navigate it and manage it together. And it didn't really sync up. And I started hearing the disaster of math in my head toward the end. And so I snuck out of my verse right at the end there. And then I went and played it back to myself later to review it and just see, I wonder, and in the playback, it's like watching a dubbed Spanish film, and it matches up for a second or two, and then it kind of, what ends up happening is that it sounds like I'm doing spoken word over Ray's acoustic guitar. That's not what we thought we were hearing, but you know what we did? We had fun, so fuck it. We're going to come back and we're going to party again together. So please come back for that. And if you didn't get to see it, go ahead and watch that interview. Very interview. I don't have any questions. Watch that conversation. It was a fun chat. And then watch the swing and a miss right at the end. He, right before that, before our collaboration, did an absolutely lovely acapellic. I'm going to stick with it. Rendering that you will enjoy in your ear holes. So get a taste of that. Now, I woke up from my napsicles. You didn't think I could hold it, did you? Well, I did. Now I'm leaving it there again because you didn't think I could. And I want to prove to you that I am not one to be underestimated. Also to myself, because it is a bit of a nightmare for me to go out there without a script, without advanced preparation, and do a thing and have it go a little bit off the rails or so. And so then I have to climb an even higher, I have to climb a higher trapeze next time and then see if I can do it like that. So I woke up from my napsicles and I was getting ready to be here with you, and I was getting ready to do the things, and I put the dessert there. I'm not going to get it again. And I looked at Facebooks just to make sure we were ready to sync up here. And do you know what I saw? I saw a thing that said President Trump is doing a talk about the Ronas, the demics, the pandy that we're under, we're all home, and he was going to have another press. But I knew he just had one yesterday to try to clean up and make up for the mess of the Axios interview when he was asked about John Lewis lying in state right now. And I'm just wondering, can you give us a nice word about John Lewis? I don't really know John Lewis. I don't really know him that well. Right. Okay, but you didn't know him. All right. So aside from the fact that you didn't know him, could you speak to the history of the man and what it means that he was the youngest man on the bridge with Martin Luther King at the time and Selman? Could you speak to us about that for a bit? Yeah. No. He didn't come to my inauguration, and frankly, he never came to any of my addressings of the states. Do you like state dressing? It's phenomenal. We have it shipped up from Florida. It's delicious. Um, so he was trying to clean up from that. It didn't go well, and as I turned it on because I was like, wait, is this happening like right now? Right now? Right now? I didn't mean to interrupt you if you were watching our jizz bag in chief. I'm sorry if I interrupted your enjoyment of that. Um because what had disturbed me and made me decide that maybe we would have to talk about him just a little bit is that he was again saying that the Rona's gone away. But it didn't, though. The Rona is still here. And as he was talking about how the Rona went away and how we all need to get back to worky work. Oh, by the way, we all need to get back to worky work is code for I need my niggers back in the field. I have my essential slaves in the field, but I need all of my Negroes tilling the soil. They can't all be house niggers. Our fields will rot. Our crops will rot. And he wanted to give us an example of one of the places that has been so successful at dealing with the Rona, Arizona, and conversations that he's been having with Governor Ducey. Now, first of all, Governor Ducey's name is Governor Ducey. Now, I don't mean to be childish, but a Ducey means poop. Now, in Arizona, where he was talking about how great they are doing right now and how they are flattening the curve and how it's a great example of why we should open the schools and the businesses and everyone should get back to the worky jerks and all the things, is that right now in Arizona so far, there are currently, right now, today, 182,000 cases of the Rona. 182,000 cases. And okay, but guess what too? 3,933 of those have resulted in a death. 3,933. We are coming up on 4,000 dead Arizonians. And 45 is declaring it a success, and that it's workings, and that it's workings because without a lockdown, without a federal lockdown, because again he said we don't have to have a federal lockdown, children's, and it's working without a federal lockdown because they are using reasonable measures such as masks, mandatory masks in public where necessary, and is unable to do the social distancing. But the thing is, what we're hearing from the doctors, both Burke and Fauci, is that no. If you are out of your doors, if you leave your doors, if your doors are here and you go there, your doors are here and you go there, you put on a mask. Do you see what I'm saying? Because this is your mask hole. You cover it, and then you go outside. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just basic. It's basic superhero 101 dumb shit. You did, and I thought, well, okay, but I guess that seems reasonable. I guess if Deuce has been saying this the whole time, that would make sense. And so I looked into it just a second before we got on here, and I'll let you know that what Deuce was saying to us was that that you should wear a mask, but he's only been saying that since, do you know when's? The 23rd of July. It is now August 5. We have been a hotbed of Rona since March. January, February, March. It is now August, March, April, May, June, July, August. And he only started saying in August, July, that maybe we should do a thing. Like wear our maskas. And this is what the president is advocating as a success. I need something sweet, please. I just need something sweet. It's fine. It's good. It's good. Well, this seems bad to me. Their school's open now. So, have you seen those social distancing pictures? The first day of school pictures, and all the children were smashed together like that? Yeah, the child who took those, they got suspended from school. So, I guess right now what they're not studying is freedoms of speech at school. I don't know. Reading, writing, arithmetics. And go ahead and rest your constitutional rights right there at the door with your backpack and your guns, children, because we're done. You don't need those here anymore. Evidently. All right. Well, have a treat, because it's stressy. It's stressy when the full moon is here. Because as ever, it brings the idiots to shore. Hey, thank you so much for being here. This has been another Smoke and Mirrors. What a blast in the pants. Oh, that's not a saying that needs to be said again. You know what? I would love if you would love to, with us, support a thing that is called the Portland Freedom Fund. What the Portland Freedom Fund is this is a group of people that are working on eliminating cash bail as a racist structure in the United States. And in the meantime, bailing people out. That's right, out of jail. Who are they bailing out of jail? Protesters, for sure. Who else? Sex workers. Try some of that. Who else? Oh, I don't know. Gang members. Who else? Anybody else who has been exploited by this capitalist, white supremacist society and needs a little bit of help. Now, right now, they do not offer wraparound services, but you know what? They can get your people right on out of the pokey. So please, if you have an extra little dime you could share, consider sharing that with Portland Freedom Fund, and you can do that at Portland Freedom Fund, PORLA. Oh man, listen, full moon energy. Let's go back again. 3, 2, and POR. Nope. Listen, I'm having a hard time, guys. Can somebody get Sweetheart something so that she can read this goddamn script? Okay, hold on, just a sippy. We got this. Okay. Bring back the boys' big bright blue baseball bat. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, here we go. Portland Freedom Fund, PortlandFreedomFund.org. Please consider giving something to Portland Freedom Fund so that they can give freedom to so many. Also wanted to mention today, and we have no formal collaboration going on at all, but it was brought to my attention yesterday that it was worth saying again, so I'm going to say it again. Are you working to keep the stink off your body? Well, work harder, and you can get some assistance from the very good people at A Life Well Balanced. A Life Well Balanced. This is a Black-owned woman endeavor, and my particular fragrance is amber. Lock it in amber. You might as well. We're going to be frozen here until the next ice age. Also, too, and lastly, if you would like to, you can become a patron of this here endeavor. And the way you do that is to become one of the cool kids like Kristen, Renice, Michael, Natalie, Juliet, Tarika, and Tracy, all of whom were sent not only their very special gift of a Carlos Kareem Wyndham trading card being held there by our very own Dahlia Bell, who will be back on the show in short order, but an extra special treat. I'm not going to reveal what it is right now. If you want to find out what it is, then you got to become a patron. We have levels at 5. We have levels at 15. We have levels at 20. That's a Patreon at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. This right here, this is Smoke and Mirrors. If you have a guest, if you have a comment, if you have a question, if you have a thing you'd like to write to us, if you want to tell us how brilliant we are because we serve you all of this goodness almost 5 days a week, then it would be great if you would write us a note about that we could share with the people here at Smoke and Mirrors CCB at gmail.com. If you have a complaint, please address that to Real Donald Trump at Twitter. If you'd like to see my face, please do me a favor. Go ahead and reach out to me at IG at El Caballo Negrito. If you would like to see my words, you could look at me on Twitter as well. I sometimes I say words to the bag of jizz. And that's at Caballo Negrito. If you wanted to do something to celebrate and share this endeavor, you know what I would really appreciate the most is if you would do just that. Share it, rate it. Do both of those things. If you're on Facebook, share it to your friends. If you're over there on the YouTubes right now, you know what to do. You're supposed to do the YouTube things. You're supposed to smash a button or like a bell or ding a thing or play with your ball and string or whatever you're supposed to do there. You're doing that live too. Do some of that thing. And mostly I just want you to tell people that it's here because it's here for you. It's here for you and it's here for me and I'm here for you and you're here for me and that's why we're doing this together. So please share it around. If you think this is a thing that you would like to contribute a little bit of a ducat to and you do not want to become a sustaining member because you're afraid of the commitment. I understand that. A lot of people are. You can do that at Venmo at Carlos Wyndham. You can do that at Cash App at $CK Wyndham. You can do that at PayPal.me.CK Wyndham. This is an endeavor produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. This is an endeavor produced by Tracy Tatamy. This has been Smoke and Mirrors. Please do me a favor. Would you take care of yourselves? You don't need brunch. You can make it at home. Take care of each other. You can pick it up if you really, really don't have the bandwidth to make it at home. You can pick it up. You can take it home and keep your Rona to your fucking self. Wash your hands. Stay inside. And if you have to go outside, for God's sake, wear a mask. Why? Why? Because we love you. Okay, thank you so much for spending a little bit of time under the tree today. I will be back tomorrow with Shauna L. Howard, 420. I love you, babies. Okay, bye.